Good morning. Welcome, students, faculty, and donors to the 2016 College of Health and Human Sciences Scholarship and Awards Brunch. Thank you so much for being here this morning. My name is Lauren Sandell, and I am a senior in the Fermentation and Science and Technology program, and this year's recipient of the Nadine and Jim Henry Food Science and Human Nutrition Scholarship. This is my third year attending this event. Before my first scholarship brunch, I wasn't sure what to expect. How would I address the donors? What should I say to them? And how could I express my gratitude for their generosity? I realized that it was very simple. A thank you was an easy way to start. Those two small words are the reason they established this scholarship in the first place. Here is some advice for my fellow students here this morning. Start with a thank you, and tell them the amazing things you've been able to do here at CSU due to your scholarship. We all share experiences on this campus, and what better way to express our thanks than to talk about what we've done. Before coming to CSU, I pursued a career in classical ballet and contemporary dance, which allowed me to travel and live across the world. However, over time, I felt a strong desire to switch my journey to academics, as I yearned to be challenged intellectually and taken out of my comfort zone. It was then I decided to attend CSU and earn my undergraduate degree. I've always had a love for science and human health, which led me to my major of fermentation science and technology, as well as a minor in food safety. At this time, it was the first semester the major was being offered as a full degree program, and I was thrilled. I felt like I had found my new home. In my 3 years here, I have learned so much, and I was right. I have found my home. Some of you may be wondering what this degree means. Actually, whenever I tell people my major, they say, "Oh, so you're studying beer." I answer, yes, that is one part of it, but fermentation is so much more than beer. I've learned about fermentation in our bodies and how having a healthy microflora helps us in our daily lives. Studies are showing that our gut microflora is tied to psychological well-being and immune health, as well as our digestive abilities and access to nutrients in the foods we eat. Furthermore, I've learned that fermentation includes many more products like sauerkraut, chocolate, yogurt, cheese, and my personal favorite, kombucha tea. It's about the metabolic activity of bacteria, molds, and yeasts that create this transformative process, and let me tell you, I could talk about microbes all day long. Through this academic program, I have developed skills in food science, microbiology, engineering, and biochemistry that I can take to many career possibilities. Most importantly, I have found a passion that I didn't know I had before. Through this newfound passion, I have met faculty, staff, donors, and peers that have guided me to wonderful opportunities. I've brought a memento with me today to show how my time at CSU has impacted my life. This is my lecturer's badge from the FOCO Book Fest event called Brewing Up Books that occurred here a few weeks ago. I was asked to present and teach a workshop in a weekend-long festival focused on brewing. Additionally, I was asked to help give Governor Hickenlooper a tour of the fermentation facilities here on campus. Overall, it was a great honor, as I worked alongside professionals and experts in the industry I hope to work in after graduation. It was an incredible weekend, and I have my donors to thank for this. Without their generosity, I would not have had the time to excel in my classwork, the flexibility to pursue extracurricular positions, or the financial security to focus on my interests in science. Because of them, I was able to become the student I am today and take advantage of the experiences outside of the classroom. For me, this badge is a tangible result of the grand things I've been able to accomplish at my time here at CSU. And there are so many people I could thank for this. Thank you to my donors. Thank you to my parents and my family for their support, to my friends, and to everyone else I've passed along the way up till this moment. Thank you to all of the scholarship donors here today as well. You are a meaningful part of the CSU scholarship recipient story. Students, Please use the memorabilia you've brought with you today or mention your favorite CSU memories to get to know your donors and to ask them about their memories at CSU. Listen to all of the stories of impact that scholarships have had on your peers and think about the kind of impact you'd like to make someday. We have the opportunity to pay this generosity forward, to one day make an impact on a future student just like you. How neat is that? I get excited thinking about it. There is another group of people that we must recognize and thank. Faculty and staff can make a significant impact on our CSU stories, helping us to learn, to grow, and sometimes inspiring us to follow our passions down a whole new career path, just like myself. These faculty and staff also play a major role in the scholarship reviewing process, reviewing all of the scholarship applications and recipients. I learned that this year there were more than 1,500 applications for this college's scholarships. With all of these talented students in this room, it is clearly a competitive process. These faculty members give their time and talents to make this whole process run smoothly, and I want to thank them for all of the important work that they do. They change the lives of students in so many ways. I'd also like to say a special thank you to Dr. Dale DeVoe, Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Co-Chair of the Scholarship Committee, for his leadership of the committee and support of student success. Will the Scholarship Committee please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I'd now like to introduce a member of the Dean's team who helps donors connect their passions to make a difference in the lives of students and coordinates all of the scholarship administration. We owe her a big thank you for all of her hard work. Please join me in welcoming Katie Braden, Assistant Director of Development and Co-Chair of the Scholarship Committee, to the stage.
Well, thank you, Lauren, for doing such a nice job welcoming everybody here today. What you might have gathered is that Lauren will be among one of our very first graduates of the Fermentation Science and Technology program, which is a new major here. So congratulations to you. Thank you for sharing your story. I am Katie Braden, as Lauren mentioned, and I have the joy of working with our amazing donors, the faculty and staff who make up our scholarship committee, and our very talented student applicants. I also have the pleasure of planning this event, so it's extra special to see your smiling faces here today. And I must say that sending out award notifications is by far my most favorite time of the year. So it's really special on days like today to put faces with names and to see the special bonds being formed over our meal today. Each year, private gifts and endowment earnings allow the college to award scholarships, providing access to more students who have a real need for financial support and recognition for outstanding achievement. All of our scholarships, donors, and recipients are listed in your program and will be displayed on the screens during the brunch. In the interest of space and resources, full descriptions of each scholarship and biographies of the student recipients can be viewed on the college website, which is listed on the inside front cover of your program. As brunch is being served and throughout the mealtime, we invite our donors and recipients to have a portrait taken together to commemorate this special occasion. Tracy Kyle Schwartz will release you table by table. You want to stand? Tracy. We'll release you table by table, so please proceed to the photo station, which is towards the back of the room and actually out on the balcony here today, since it's such a lovely day. Who doesn't want the Aggie A in the background of your photograph, right? Students without donors present, we ask that you have your portrait taken so we may send it to your donors following the event. We're also doing something a bit different this year, as you might have noticed in your invitation. We've asked you to bring photos, quotes, news stories, or other memorabilia that help tell your CSU story. As you heard from Lauren, we encourage you to use these pieces as conversation starters at your tables. And as you walk over to the photo booth, please bring your items to the whiteboards, which are located in the back of the room, to join your story with those of all of our other guests. We hope this activity will showcase the incredible Ram pride here today and the many reasons why supporting scholarships at CSU is so very important. To kick things off with our photography goals, we have a large number of recipients from the Elizabeth Dyer Gifford Scholarship and also the Health and Human Sciences Students First Scholarship. Will the recipients of these scholarships please go to the photo station now for a group portrait? Please bring your CSU memorabilia with you if you'd like to hang it on the board, or you're welcome to keep it with you if you'd like to use it in your conversations at the tables that you're at. We will resume our program after you have had time to enjoy some great food and conversation. So without further ado, brunch is served. Thank you.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see so many donors and recipients here today. I hope you all are enjoying the brunch. Please continue to eat as we begin our short program. My name is Sarah Milburn. I am a senior in my last semester of the social work program here at CSU. I was awarded the College of Health and Human Sciences Students First Scholarship this year, and for just a few minutes, I would like to share with you why that scholarship means so much. My journey to CSU took a little longer than most. I am what you might consider a non-traditional student. I started college the first time in 2001, and soon after I took a 10-year break from school. I always wanted to go back, but I had no idea where to start after so long, and now I would be going back to school as a single parent to a little girl. I discovered an organization called Project Self-Sufficiency, which guides single parents through the steps of becoming self-sufficient. With their help and support, I enrolled in classes and finished my associate's degree before joining the social work program at CSU. This journey was not a simple one for me. I definitely was given a big lesson in time management and planning. I was also working part-time, so making sure I had time to spend with my daughter in between work, school, and homework was a challenge, but I always made it happen. You see, she is one of the main reasons I decided to finally go back to school. She watches every move I make and emulates my actions and behaviors. I needed to show her that if I could do all of this, she could too. One of my most memorable moments at CSU was one of the handful of times I had to bring my daughter to class with me. Usually on a day when her school was out because of snow and CSU was not. So she was out of school that day, but I wasn't, and I couldn't find a babysitter at the last minute. So I brought her to campus in hopes that my professor would allow her to sit in on class. Not only did she allow it, but she tried to engage my daughter in the class discussion. It's moments like this that have allowed for me to thrive at CSU and have made my daughter want to one day attend this same school. Here is a picture of Melody sitting at a desk in my class. This is a special memory item I brought to hang on the board today. The support I have received from professors, classmates, advisors, and donors like you has given me the chance to not only receive an education, but to also gain so much personal growth. I was able to be a part of a group of 7 who collected 820 pounds of food and $1,660 for a food drive for the Larimer County Food Bank. I am an ambassador for the School of Social Work, through which I have met so many fantastic current and future social workers. I've been a mentor to several young kids through programs like Partners Mentoring Youth and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Larimer County. I will graduate in December. And I hope to be able to give back to the community that has given so very much to me. I hope that by sharing my story, I can let all the donors know of their importance. Donors, your generosity has given me the chance to not only be a student, but to be a mother at the same time. I can never explain my gratitude to you in a speech, But I hope you understand that what you have given me and my daughter and what you've given to each and every student that receives a scholarship is so important. We all have different stories. We all started somewhere else and ended up here. And our journeys may have all played out differently, but you have given us the chance to walk down our paths with support. Your donations have impacted our lives in ways you cannot always see, but it's there. Recently, I was given the opportunity to share my scholarship story with a group of students who also received scholarships this year and learn about their paths at CSU. We were asked to bring pictures, quotes, mementos, and other objects to help depict our CSU journeys. Hearing these unique stories was such a wonderful experience, and we would love to share it with you. Please enjoy this student-made video documenting that experience, and that also shows what CSU means to each of us. And please enjoy the rest of the brunch. Thank you.
Hello again. I must say that I've watched this video more times than I can count, and I get a little teary every time. It was beyond inspiring and very humbling, and I'm sorry I'm getting a little emotional, to film these scholarship recipients. I hope you could capture from that video how tremendously amazing they are. What you might have gathered is that these students are incredibly accomplished, involved with campus activities, and passionate about helping others. We heard stories of students who created food drives, like Sarah, for those in need, educational programs for middle school girls, and how each of them had a very unique path to even getting to CSU. You've heard from a few of the students from this video already today. Thank you, Lauren and Sarah. And we'll hear from a few more later in this program, but I'd like to please ask the students who participated in the video to stand and be recognized. Thank you for sharing your journeys with us. Also deserving of recognition are our talented student workers who played a very big role in the video, from developing the concept to planning the video shoot, filming, and editing the final product, which you saw here today. Allegra, Kelsey, and Lena, could you please stand and be recognized as well? You all are incredibly amazing. All right. Wow, there's like a lot of pressure standing up here. As a scholarship administrator, I have the honor of getting to know our many talented students through their scholarship applications. In their scholarship essays, I read stories about the immense impact that CSU has on their lives and the inspirations behind their life goals. It is one of the most rewarding parts of my job to see how a student CSU experience changes drastically after having received a scholarship. Life-changing support is why I'm tremendously honored to have the opportunity to formally recognize the donors to our college's newest scholarships this year. We have several generous scholarships to celebrate today, so I ask you to please hold your applause till the end. Kush Desai is a senior studying social work at CSU. He recently started the Dorothy Farrell Public Service Ambassador Scholarship to honor his favorite professor, Dorothy Farrell, who he explains has molded his professional identity through her unconditional support, compassion, and care. Kush hopes that his scholarship continues to the gift of education for future social work students and provides them with the opportunity to shine their inner light onto those who desperately need it, like Dorothy has done for him. Kush has also included a bequest for this scholarship in his will. Planned giving donors support our scholarship students by including a future gift to CSU in their estate plans. Some of these donors, like Kush, make bequests to the college in their wills. Others designate the college as a beneficiary in a life insurance policy, retirement plan, or charitable gift annuity. Each of these donors is a member of CSU's Frontier Legacy Society. Thank you, Kush, for your willingness to plan so far into the future and for seeing CSU as a place worthy of your legacy. Carissa and Russ Sprague have been longtime Ram fans, supporting CSU football and programs across campus. Carissa, a Colorado native, has a successful career in merchandising, rising through the ranks at Walmart to senior vice president. She has shared her career experience in the classroom, providing guidance to students at CSU. After working with the Department of Design and Merchandising on a major grant from Walmart, Carissa and Russ were inspired to make an impact of their own. The Sprague Family Scholarship supports design and merchandising students and hopes to inspire them to think creatively about available career opportunities. Thank you for inspiring our students and dreaming big. Hearing and speech science alumna Meredith Jobe received 2 degrees from CSU and has worked in educational settings in Colorado Springs for the majority of her career. Even in retirement, she's involved in supporting students, and she founded the Dr. Meredith A. Jobe Scholarship to continue her passion for access to education. Meredith's scholarship supports undergraduate students in the college who demonstrate financial need and who are participating in the Fostering Success program at CSU, or students who have been raised in foster or kinship care. Thank you, Meredith, for being a beacon of light for this special population of students and for believing in their futures. 2013 Adult Education and Training alumna Ann Zastro had a positive experience pursuing her master's degree online through CSU. Her significant work travel schedule prevented a traditional classroom approach to her degree, and she said the quality of the program changed her thinking about learning. Following graduation, Ann leveraged her education to advance her career with a move to the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University, where she is program director for executive education. Ann and her husband, Jim, have created the Adult Education and Training Alumna Scholarship to support others pursuing a master's in adult education and training. Ann continues to encourage her fellow alumni to give to the fund in an effort to support more students. Thank you, Ann. Dr. Gay Israel, Department Head of Health and Exercise Science from 1996 to 2014, was a transformational leader, building the department into a model that is respected nationally for outstanding research, teaching, and service. Gay passed away in 2016 after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. The Richard Gay Israel Health and Exercise Science Scholarship, was created by the Department of Health and Exercise Science and supported by many colleagues, alumni, family, and friends to honor Gay's impressive career and impact and to support undergraduate students enrolled in the Department of Health and Exercise Science at Colorado State University. What a special example of the power of collected giving. Thank you to the Department of Health and Exercise Science family, as well as Karen Israel, for honoring Gay in a way that will impact generations to come. Please join me in thanking these new scholarship donors. You've heard from our students about how scholarships have changed their lives. Now I'd like to introduce two donors who were inspired to make an investment in the School of Social Work and the School of Social Work students. Please join me in welcoming Ken Houle and Tim Sagan, who established the Houle-Sagan Scholarship. They will share their thoughts on the experience of being a scholarship donor and the impact that they hope their scholarship will have.
Good morning. Katie asked us to give you our story. I don't think we want to give you the whole story. You'll be bored out of your skulls, streaming out of here. I'll try and make it mercifully brief if I can. I came to Fort Collins in 1971. Tim had moved here about a year and a half earlier, and I wanted to live with him. I had hoped to find a job here. Am I too close to this? We're getting feedback. Anyway, I couldn't find a job, and so I had made a couple stabs at college, dropped out. Really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, so I was muddling along. And I decided, well, maybe it would be a good idea to jump into CSU and get a degree in business and become an accountant. Nice idea. It took me a couple of years to find out that I really wasn't suited for the world of business. I'm slow. Talking to a psychologist, he gave me, he pointed me towards social work. He said, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, I'd like to do about what you're doing. And he said, well, go, do it. And then he said, if you're going to stay at CSU, it probably will boil down to a choice between psychology and social work. And my goodness, heresy. He said, I think you'll find social work is the more humane approach. Nice thought. I found out that is not necessarily true. I've known a lot of very humane, loving psychologists. So I looked into social work. At that time, it was kind of a subsidiary of sociology. No school of social work at that time. Brad Schaefer was in charge of the social work program at that time. He welcomed me, made me feel like I would be welcome to come there, and so I took some courses, and it felt right. And so I changed my major from business to social work. And in the first time, probably since high school, I could see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I knew it wasn't a train coming at me. So we put the program together, and I did manage to graduate finally got my degree at the age of 41. Knew I would need a master's degree if I wanted to work in the field I had chosen, which was counseling. So I ended up having to go to another school because at that time, CSU did not have the master's program in social work. I do want to mention there were a lot of nice people in the social work program. They made me feel welcome and wanted and appreciated. One of the professors I particularly remember is sitting out here somewhere. His name is Carl Spina. He was one of my favorites. Thank you, Carl. After I got my master's degree, I had hoped to work at maybe the hospital or the mental health center. I didn't get any interviews. It apparently was a time when people from all over the country were wanting to come here. And so there were a lot of very well qualified people applying for everything that was available in the mental health field. So I decided if I'm going to keep my fingers in this pie, I guess all I can do is open up a private practice of my own. So I did that. It probably wasn't very long after I graduated from here that I started getting the annual phone calls that anybody who graduates from here probably does. They get students who are currently enrolled here to call you and say, "Wouldn't you like to contribute something to CSU?" Because I had had a very good experience and felt so good about CSU, I was happy to say yes. After several years of that, I was approached by Kim Winger and Victoria Keller from the Office of Planned Giving. And we got acquainted, and I can't remember who, somebody said, "Wouldn't you like to just establish a permanent scholarship for social work?" Again, because I felt very good about this institution, it was easy to say yes. I was happy to do it. Go ahead.
Well, okay.
He wants to add a few things.
Well, as Ken mentioned, we've lived here a very long time. We've lived in Fort Collins over 45 years, and we recognize CSU as a vital part of the larger community. And I'm particularly fond of CSU because it gave Ken a direction in his life. I'm an engineer. Very odd to have an engineer and a social worker in a relationship, but anyway, that's the way it is, and it's worked out well. And we recognize that there's a real shortage of professionals prepared to work with the LGBT community. So we decided that as we were doing our estate plans, we decided we should put CSU in our will, and we did. And then we decided, well, that's fine, but you don't get the benefit of that until we die. So maybe it would be nice if we could provide something before we die. And so that resulted in the ongoing scholarship as well as the scholarship that's in the will. That's about all I guess I have to say, other than I really would like to say that we will be celebrating our 50th anniversary in August of next year.
So, go Rams.
So Jeff, it's just you and I now. My name is Dale DeVoe. I have the pleasure of serving as Associate Dean of Academic Programs in the college and being part of the Scholarship Awards Committee for these last 10 years. I want to start off by thanking our complete development staff. Especially, you're going to make it harder for us. Actually, we've got to schedule longer meetings, it keeps seeming, because we keep adding scholarships, which is a good thing. So get ready there, faculty. But thank you, Kim Winger, Victoria Keller, Tracy Kyle Schwartz, Shannon Dale, and Shannon, I'll get to your script in a minute, and all the others there that put so much into it. But especially, I want to make note of, you saw Katie Braden up here talking a little bit. You don't see the behind the scenes that I see. For these last 2 years or so, we came into a unique thing. Katie started helping with the scholarship applications just as we were starting some new technology system, Academic Works. And so that was a tremendous challenge to bring in this new technology system at the same time. And we got great support from other people in our dean's staff, like Eric Tisdale in the IT group when we did that. But Katie set up training sessions with faculty, one-on-one times with faculty members, always there through many email communications, working with the faculty that are reviewing these things. I mean, the people hours that she spent on this is just tremendous. I just want to publicly acknowledge that. It's very appreciated, and it's made my job virtually non-existent. So Katie, you do all this next year, okay? And I'll just stay sitting with the walkers or somebody, all right? I also want to thank, personally, they stood up and you applauded, but our faculty, Martha Stone, Don Millette, you've been doing this for like 30 years each or so. I don't want to even say the numbers, but at least the last 10 years with me, you're stalwarts. Ryan Donovan, Karen Atler, Dana Gaines, Laura Malinan, Ann Van Arsdale, Brenda Miles, Kristen Haller, all wonderful, hardworking faculty and staff that spent many hours reviewing these things in the department levels and then coming together. This is a unique dynamic thing. We schedule like 3 sessions of 4 hours each where we come all together to do the elections and the voting. And let me tell you, students, these people are in there passionate about your getting these awards. It's really a fun time. So on behalf of myself and Katie, I want to thank you, faculty, for all the time you put in and making those meetings somewhat enjoyable and fun for me. All right? So now, go ahead, give them a round of applause. So let me get to the script. So first off, thank you, Ken and Tim, for sharing with us your inspirational ideas on putting forward a new scholarship. I've certainly enjoyed hearing so many student perspectives. I love reading these essays as well, which highlight some of the scholarships. With so many perspectives on the CSU experience, we thought it would be fun to bring up students from across our many diverse programs to briefly share what their scholarships have done for them. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage the following students, and then one at a time you can give us your perspective. So Jewel Crosta, occupational therapy PhD candidate and recipient of the Guilfoyle Scholarship. Elise Eppard, School of Education, master's student and recipient of the John M. Luttrell Scholarship for Counseling and Career Development. Liz Hicks, Senior Human Development Family Studies major and recipient of the College Emerging Leaders Council Scholarship. Carly Masker, Senior Interior Design and recipient of the Eva Floy Smith Wheeler Memorial Scholarship and the Lights Center Scholarship. Ethan Owens, Senior Health and Exercise Science major, recipient of the Catherine I. O'Donnell Scholarship, and our first recipient of the Richard Gay Israel Health and Exercise Science Scholarship. And Donovan Tate, Master's Student in Social Work and recipient of the School of Social Work Scholarship. Please join me in welcoming these talented students here to the stage.
Respected faculty, donors, and my dear friends, it is with great honor that I stand here today to thank each and every one of you who have supported students like me. My name is Jewel Krasta, and I'm a third-year PhD student in the Occupation and Rehab Science program at CSU. After completing my Bachelor's of Occupational Therapy in India, I came to CSU to pursue my post-professional master's in OT. I thoroughly enjoyed my experience in CSU, and I've continued to stay on for my doctoral studies. My research here focuses on understanding the neurological aspects of sensory processing in individuals with autism spectrum disorders. And my long-term goal is to start a research center and special school for children with autism in India and other developing countries. While looking for scholarships in the US to fund my education, I soon realized that there are limited funding opportunities for international students. However, this scholarship has really helped me channel my time and energy towards my research and spend more time in the lab instead of working a second job. I am one step closer to becoming an independent researcher due to your generous support. I am also deeply appreciative of the accommodating nature of CSU and the Fort Collins community in general towards international students and towards diversity. Through the education received at CSU and with your support, I see my goal of starting a research center and special school, at least in India, coming to fruition. After I graduate from CSU, I plan to pay it forward and enable other graduate students like me with limited funding opportunities to be successful in graduate school. Thank you for being my inspiration. My memory item here is a picture of my lab mates who are also here as scholarship recipients, along with my advisors, Dr. Patty Davies and Dr. Bill Gavin. 3 of us received awards for our research posters at the Graduate Student Showcase at CSU last year. And it is because of your faith and belief in scholarship recipients that we are able to do our best and make the most of our experience at CSU. So thank you.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Elise, and today I am so honored to be standing up on this stage with the opportunity to share my story. And as I like to say, CSU really runs in my family. And so here we go, the long list. My mom graduated from here with her degree in Human Development and Family Studies. My dad is currently an adjunct professor with the Fermentation Science and Technology Department. My younger brother is currently a junior here studying environmental health. And I got to do my undergraduate studies here as well in communication studies. And currently, I'm finishing up my master's degree in counseling and career development with a specialization in college student affairs and an emphasis in career. So I do a lot of really great things here on campus, and this place means so much to me. So speaking of stories, honestly, I just want to thank every single donor that's in this room, because what you all do helps each of us, each of the students here, tell our stories, continue writing it in new and exciting ways, and then do all of the amazing things that we do here. So one of my favorite quotes is from Paulo Coelho from The Alchemist. He's the writer. And he says, "To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation." And so these words are powerful reminders of the work that I get to do here. So I serve as an academic success coordinator for students who have an undeclared major. And so I help them figure out what their story is, what their passions are, and how to connect those with majors and things here on campus. I also serve as the career development intern for the Fostering Success program, which serves independent students on campus. And I really help them find, okay, this is your major, but what career do you want to do? And how are you going to get there with your amazing stories? And how are you going to tell those and continue to tell them? So I'm just overwhelmed and grateful for these opportunities. And my program, the amazing faculty, I've expanded my knowledge, expanded my worldview, and I'm all about positive impact. And so the memory that I've brought to share is a thank you card from one of the students that I got to work with. She was interviewing for medical school and was on her 3rd round, so she had been denied 2 times before, so 2 years before. And she came into my office, was so discouraged, so just not motivated because she'd been denied so many times. And so the stressful interview situation just wasn't working for her. And so we sat down and worked together and just kind of helped her believe in her story and know that her passion for medicine is enough. And so I'm very thankful to have found out that she was accepted to interview at 3 different universities, and went to the interviews, felt really confident. She said, "You know, Elise, I didn't go to my car and cry afterwards, so I think that's a win." And she shared with me that within 2 days of interviewing at each of her universities, she was accepted into all of them. And so just a really incredible story of how that resilience and believing in her story really helped get to the place that she wants to go. And so all the future patients that she gets to work with is really a part of my story as well, because I helped get her there and believe that her story is good enough and that no one can tell her that it isn't. And so what I want all of you to remember is that you are good enough, you are smart enough, you shine more brightly than you ever could imagine. Your story is important, your identities are important, they're impactful, they're valuable. You'll make a difference, and each day is an opportunity to realize that destiny and continue finding your path. And so thank you to my scholarship donors, John and Mary Luttrell. They weren't able to be here today, but still so thankful for them, and to all of you out there for helping us tell our stories. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carly Mansker, and I'm an interior design student. I graduate this spring. Really looking forward to that. But I'm so thankful to be up here to be able to share a piece of my journey here at CSU with all of you. The memory that I brought this morning is a photo of my mom and I. This photo is so special because she's really played a crucial role in my journey here. You see, I'm an only child to a single mother, and a couple of years ago, she got really sick, really unexpectedly. And I had no idea how far-reaching the impacts of that was going to be. I came to a point where I was her sole caretaker and was now the head of our household at 20 years old. And I was really feeling the burden of that, both financially as well as emotionally. She's unable to work, so I'd lost any form of financial assistance from my family in paying for my education, and it was now all on me. I remember many tearful nights of not knowing how I was going to stay at CSU. But because of the generous scholarships that I've been awarded, I've been able to overcome that hurdle and have actually been able to thrive in the pursuit of my education. Scholarships have allowed me to not only stay at CSU, but they've allowed me to be involved in outside passions that I would have never found had I been committed to one or even multiple full-time positions. One of the greatest honors I've had since I've been at CSU is to work with the Office of the Vice President of Research on their virtual reality initiative. This initiative is breaking silos between departments and really moving CSU into the future of technology. That's my contribution to the university and to our land-grant mission, but on a personal level, I've been able to forward my career and the profession of interior design through working with the American Society of Interior Designers, I've been able to serve on both the Colorado State Board chapter as well as our state board of directors. This is an organization that's moving design forward, moving design legislation forward, and creating a network of designers as a support system for each other. Through this, I've been able to create a network that will last far beyond graduation. And because I wouldn't have been able to have that opportunity without scholarship donations. So the impact of these scholarships are both in the present as well as far-reaching. I know that they will have impact on my success as a professional and a success after graduation. I want to take this opportunity to thank each of you. I really can't express the impact that my donors have had on me and that will continue to have on me for years to come.
Good morning. My name is Liz Hicks, and I am a senior in the I think I just switched majors there. Forgive me, I work in our advising office, so I hear health and exercise science all the time, so that just popped into my head. I am a senior in the Human Development and Family Studies department, and today I just really want to take a moment to just say thank you to everybody here for sitting here, taking the time to come together and investing into each other. Like, it's not just donors into students. It's all of us really coming together as a community and just investing into each other. As I prepare to graduate next spring, I look back at my time at CSU and consider just every moment that's kind of led me to this. As an early undergrad in the 90s, late 90s, and early 2000s, I knew that college was the place for me, but yet what direction my education was going to take me, I really didn't know. And as much as I would have loved to have finished my education when I was younger, it just wasn't the plan for me. And I realize I'm really thankful for that, because what that did was it brought me here to CSU. And I'm gonna cry. I do all the time. If it's a Tuesday, I'll cry. It doesn't matter. But I just really appreciate where this journey's brought me to this moment, being here, a part of the family. Sorry. Sarah got me started when she started talking about her daughter, so I'll be talking about my daughter too, because I think it is that's just a beautiful legacy piece that we get to share with our kids. As a scholarship recipient, I can't even read my speech, sorry. As a scholarship recipient, it would be easy to thank donors. I mean, it'd be easy to just write a card and say thank you and show gratitude. But beyond the dollars that are spent and books that are purchased, I consider my scholarship an extension of my education. It isn't just a fiscal contribution to my time here at CSU. It's a symbol of commitment from the donors to me. The College of Health and Human Sciences Emerging Leaders Council, thank you. I see the scholarship that you're giving to me as a commitment from you guys to me. It is an example of their belief in me, encouraging me towards the finish line. It's an extended hand of partnership, reaching into my life and pulling me towards success. As a first-generation, non-traditional student, I'm a wife, I'm a mother of 3. And this commitment to my success and education, though it may seem like a small contribution, it acts as a beacon of light towards the finish line. It's one thing to have your friends and family commit to you and stand beside you, but when you have peers and faculty and administration, it really means a big thing. And it reminds me that I'm exactly where I need to be and that I'm not alone in all of this. And I'm sure that every other recipient of a scholarship in this room can feel exactly the same way. So the memory item that I have, it's kind of twofold. As I mentioned, I have my associates in liberal studies from Long Beach State or Long Beach City College in Long Beach, California. And during my time there, I really wanted to be active. And part of being active on campus, I ended up being our spring queen in 1999. And spring queen really wasn't the idea of the most popular person on campus. It was a nomination ceremony where you had to be nominated by faculty and administration, and it really was representative of the highest person who had committed themselves to the community as well as the college. And so my crown from that, I keep it in our living room. It's very important to me. But coming here to CSU as a non-traditional student, I didn't find those opportunities that were really as easy for me from when I was younger. And so I really had to scratch and claw and find out, how can I be a part of this community that I love, that has embraced me? And last year, I received an invitation to Mortarboard Senior Honor Society, which I'm proudly the president of. I love those students. And during our initiation ceremony, we were given roses. For the members, we're giving red ones, and the white ones we were giving to our family members for their commitment to our success. And during our time, I have a picture here of me and my family. My daughter looked at my rose, and she said, "That's going to be me." And so this is her rose for my future Ram. Sorry. I cannot thank the Emerging Leaders Council enough. To all of the donors here, any scholarship you're given is an opportunity to invest into a student. The investment is not just monetary. It shines in an array of opportunities for students and means so much to them, more than just the amount given. It's belief in the capability of that recipient, a partnership in success, and a cascade of goodness that passes from that student into their efforts on campus, as well as into their future. It's never too late to push forward towards a goal, invest into the future, and I'm grateful for the confidence shared by the council and their belief in me. And it's because of their commitment to my education that I'm standing here and able to move forward in my success here on campus. So thank you.
Thank you, Liz. That was a wonderful story. Hi, everyone. My name is Ethan Owens, and I'm a fifth-year senior in the Health and Exercise Science Department. I graduate in less than a month, and I'm super excited. Looks like I have old note cards from a different speech. So let me find the other ones. Here we are. Perfect. So as I said, my name's Ethan. When I first arrived here at CSU, I kind of shopped around majors, and I happily settled on health and exercise science. I decided to choose the sports medicine concentration because I was interested in grad school, and on top of that, I added a biomedical science minor. I know that my time here is limited today, so I just want to bring to light the two biggest reasons I'm standing here on this stage before you. The first reason is the support I've received from my mother, and also the support I've received from Colorado State. I'm also an only child. I was raised in a small southwest region of Colorado called Westcliff. Very small mountain town. You really got to kind of decide to go there. I was raised by my mom the majority of my life, and growing up, my mom and I faced several challenges. Some of those included living without water and electricity for almost 3 years. No matter what we faced, though, we always had each other, and that was the most important thing. Growing up as an only child on the bare minimum really gave me appreciation of life, education, and the value of hard work. It also gave me a special appreciation for donors, because without you, I didn't know how I would get through the rest of my collegiate career. In particular, I would like to talk about being the first recipient of the Richard Gay Israel Health and Exercise Science Scholarship. I'm so honored to be supported in the name of a leader who always supported me. If you didn't know, Dr. Israel was very well known here at the university and especially within the College of Health and Human Sciences. Every time I saw Dr. Israel, he always had something to say. He was always interested in what I was doing, whether it was academics, school, or just how you doing. There were multiple times I came to him for advice, and even a time or two he came to me for some advice. On top of this, he would always, able to make me crack a smile just through his humor and his genuine friendliness. I'm incredibly honored to be the first recipient of the Richard Gay Israel Health and Exercise Science Scholarship. And that's highlighted by the fact that, statistically, I shouldn't be here standing in front of you. As a first-gen student raised in poverty by a single mother, I really shouldn't be graduating in 1 month, and I really owe it all to the donors and the support I've received here throughout my collegiate journey. I'm eternally grateful for all the opportunities and support I've been given. This has been through scholarships I've been awarded, friends I've made, memories I've formed, this wonderful education I've received, resources that have been offered and utilized by myself, and countless other opportunities I couldn't name in 2 minutes. I'm graduating thanks to mentors like my mother, Dr. Israel, and other faculty, staff, and donors who have supported me throughout my collegiate career. So please, let me reiterate my gratitude to CSU, the donors, faculty, staff, friends, and family. For my memory item, some of you may have seen it on the scholarship video, and I know it's hard to see from the distance. This is my mother and I, and this is our little personal quote. It says, "I love you more than you can say more." And that was just my way of beating her in the infinity game. To end, I would like to say, a year ago, some of you have interacted here with some of the Dean's Leadership Council members, which I'm a part of. And a year ago, I was here ushering it like some of them are, and now here I am standing on the stage. and that's really awesome and very special to me. So once again, thank you everyone for your support, and go Rams.
Had to check the time. Good morning. My name is Donovan Tate. I'm a graduate student here at CSU getting my master's degree in social work. Pardon the emotions. Okay. I want to thank everyone that's in attendance tonight. I want to thank the donors. I want to thank faculty and staff that have been here with me, supporting me for the last 5 years that I've been at CSU. I'm going to share my story through the lens of perseverance. So when I was a junior in high school, I lost my dad to sudden cardiac arrest. He was only 41. My parents were married for 19 years, and he passed the day after their 19-year anniversary. So it's been really tough. It's been really tough just being a young male going through your collegiate career without having your father to be by your side. But I'm here, and I'm thriving, and I'm pushing forward, and I'm persevering. And I really just want to thank everyone that's been in my corner since I've been here at Colorado State University. I have a lot of people who have pushed me to be the best version of myself. I chose social work because I've been through trials and tribulations. I've been through challenges, and I feel as though the world needs social workers because we're there to encourage individuals and families who have gone through strife and who've gone through challenge to push through and know that you can make it throughout any situation. So once again, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, to my donors, faculty, staff who have supported me every single day that I've been here at CSU. And my item is my graduation cap because this is an accomplishment. This is an accomplishment. I graduated on the 13th of May, and I started classes on the 20th of May for graduate school. So I've been constant, just going. It's hard for me to really participate in self-care. I try to take care of myself as much as I can, but I'm not really successful with that, as you can see. But really, though, I really want to thank you all, and just thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, students. Go ahead. Let's take one big round of applause. Boy, am I glad I don't have to follow them with a long speech. Oh, yeah, Jeff, you're next, by the way. So thank you for sharing those stories. I hope that all of you here today will take the time this morning to get to know each other a little bit better. To wrap up our program, though, I'd like to welcome the College Dean, Jeff McCubbin, to the stage, please.
And just to correct Dale, I'm not going to be making a long speech, that's for sure. Thank you to our students. Your story is our story, and we are so proud of all of the students, but particularly those 6 that shared their story with us. As Dale said, I'm Jeff McCubbin. I'm Dean of the College of Health and Human Sciences. This is my 6th breakfast. Holy smokes. It's flown by, that's for sure. We have had a tremendous year in our college in many different things. I'm very pleased to tell you that we've had over 750 gifts to support scholarships this past year, enabling us to give over $400,000. These gifts and endowment earnings have resulted in 267 new students to receive scholarship support, and we're certainly thrilled that they're able to be part of us. And I would like to just take the opportunity to ask our scholarship donors as a collective group to stand and/or wave so we can give you our appreciation. And we're also very proud of our students. Those of you in the room caught our eye, the collective hour, the committee's work to your academic and artistic achievements, your leadership on and off campus. And many of you are already making a difference in the community. So I would like to ask the collective group of scholarship recipients to stand one time so we can congratulate. And will our current and former faculty and/or staff members please stand up? These people provide a world-class foundation for our learning for the students, and we're tremendously proud of all of the work that the faculty and staff do on behalf of the college. Students, I would like you to remain connected with your donors. Recommendation to take your name card out, write your contact info on the back, recycle the plastic, but give your information to your donors so that they can keep in touch with you, whether that's a note before finals or a note during the summer to look forward to seeing you the next year. It's really important in both directions, our donors connecting with our students and the students connecting to our donors. I'd also like to thank the Laurie Student Center staff for hosting us today, and Will Galarza, who's in the back, and his events team that helped manage this. They've done an outstanding job. Thank you, Will. And all of those photos that were taken today, I'm looking forward to seeing them. If you're one that wants to follow the college's Facebook page, it'll be on Facebook. You'll be able to go there and identify the photos and tag and send them to your friends. If you haven't had your picture taken, please do so, because we like to use these photos for many events to come in the future. And so my last is a thank you to the entire group that helped pull this together. Katie and Dale and the entire committee helped make our scholarship event, I believe, a wonderful opportunity to see friends and to share stories. So thank you, drive safely, and go Rams.